Okay. So I'm just going to start off with like telling you about who I am. My name is Caitlin. I'm a double diamond. I started this business 1 year ago. I was a broke mom working 70 hours a week as an assistant general manager. I started just for an extra $200 a month to pay for my car payment, and I turned it into a full-time income within 6 months. So I basically wanted to talk to you guys about 3 things that I think are very important in this business, and that's utilizing your time, pushing for promotions, and pushing past negativity. So I'm going to go over utilizing your time first, because a lot of people have been asking me about it, and I've had a lot of people coming to me personally. So a lot of things that I did when I was promoting is when I went to the bathroom, I took my phone with me, because needless to say, we're all in the bathroom for at least 2 minutes at a time, and you can send out 10 messages in 2 minutes. And there's a lot of times where, like, at first, when I first started this business, I would catch myself scrolling through Facebook just like at random times in the day, and I had to tell myself, Caitlin, stop scrolling, go message, or Caitlin, stop scrolling, why don't you put up a post instead? And I still to this day tell myself that. If I'm sitting there and I'm scrolling through my Facebook, I literally tell myself out loud, Caitlin, go do this for your business instead of wasting time scrolling on your Facebook. Because scrolling is not going to do anything for your business, you guys, and I'll tell you that 100%. If you have to get up early, you get up early. If you have to stay up late, you stay up late. Like, my kids go to bed at 9:30, so I'm staying up till midnight just so I can get the stuff done that I need to get done for my business, because I know my kids aren't going to distract me. And for those of you who don't have kids, you know, if you're a college student, or, you know, you're just a full-time person who works full-time, then, you know, if you were, I'll just throw a random shift out there, 11 to 7, and you're super tired after you get off work, okay, then get up 2 hours earlier. That way you can have you can have an hour to do your business, but then also have an hour to get around for work. That way, you know, you're still doing your business, still going to your full-time job, and then later on, you know, when you feel like you don't want to do it, then you've already done it this morning, and you've already gotten all of your stuff done. What was the last thing? Oh, home alone. I used to have a huge problem when I was home alone and I didn't have kids, or, you know, Micah wasn't around. I would take a nap, or I would watch TV, or I would do something that wasn't completely business related at all. Instead, you know, now if I'm home alone, then I know, for one, I'm not going to have any distractions. For two, I have some peace and quiet, so I can put some music on, more personal development, and grow myself not only in my business, but as a person as well, because that's a huge thing for your business. You don't want to stay in the same spot as a person, because if you don't grow, then your business isn't going to grow. If you don't love yourself and you don't think highly of yourself, then your business is not going to benefit from you at all. So you just need to make sure that you're constantly doing personal development as well. So that's my take on utilizing your time. Do you want to add anything, or you just want me to keep going?
Is it my turn? Yes. I mean, I think, because I talked about this today in my video, I think the biggest thing, especially with utilizing your time, really honestly anything in the business, you have to first establish your why you're doing this business, because at the end of the day, if you don't know your why, you're not going to stay up for no reason. Like, you have to understand what your why is and why you're doing this business and why this business is important to you. Because if you don't know why you're staying up late, if you don't know why you're messaging 25 million people, if you don't know why you're posting all these posts, like, you're never going to fully feel good in your business. And, you know, it's not going to push you. Like, every single day, you know, I don't know if you guys know what has happened to me, but I lost my Facebook of 10 plus years last week. Completely devastated. Don't know what I'm going to do. But at the end of the day, like, I know when I wake up every single day, like, I have 2 eyeballs looking at me to support her no matter what. And that's my why for this business. So if I have to stay up until 4 a.m. to get all my things done, like I did when I was going diamond, then I will do that. If I have to message 55 more people just to get someone to host a post for me, I'm going to do that, because I know my why. My why is so strong. It's never changed. She's not going to go away. She's always going to be there. She's always going to need food. She's always going to need things. And at the end of the day, I'm the only one that supports Dakota, and I have to do it. So if you care so much about your why, then you will be willing to do anything and everything for that. So you first have to decide what you want out of this business, what you want out of your life, what you want for your family, and everything else is going to come like as it should. But you need to first like understand that before anything else. And you know, if you guys don't know your why or whatever, or whoever your upline is, whoever signed you up, they can help you walk you through that. And the same thing with like time management stuff. I remember Caitlin coming to me with all these bullshit ass excuses. Let's just be real. She was like, I work at McDonald's and I can't pose. I was like, and you think you're the first person and it works that works at McDonald's? Let's just do this real quick. So if you're finding yourself, I'll introduce myself in a minute, but if you are finding yourself, you know, like giving yourself excuses, like, you know, doing yourself a little pity party and stuff like that, you just have to understand that you, whatever your situation is, whatever your work schedule is, whatever your kids that are crazy, if you have, you know, 12 kids and you live in a shoe, guess what? You're not the only person that has that life, and someone else made it work before you. You just have to figure it out. So like I was saying that to Caitlin, and I was like, okay, do you get in your car to drive to work? She was like, yeah. I said, okay, send 10 messages before you drive to work. Do you like park your car when you get to work? Awesome. Send another 10 messages before you walk into work. Do you ever go pee? Awesome. You take 2 pee breaks, 10 people each. Do you get back in your car before you drive home? Yes, 10 messages. Do you get home and park your car in your driveway? Awesome, 10 messages. You just messaged 60 people over a course of your whole busy schedule that you never would have done if you would have just sat in your car for an extra 2 seconds. So like figuring out your schedule and figuring out what you can do in like really small increments of time, that's like the whole point of this business. You're not supposed to be sitting at a desk for 8 hours a day. That's not the point of this business. The point of this business is to have freedom to live your life and to, you know, love your life and do the things that you want to do, not just be tied to your phone every 5 seconds. Message 10 people, go to the pool, get home from the pool, message another 10 people, give your kids a bath, message 10 people when they're in the bath, cook dinner, message 10 people while the water's boiling. Like you have to just figure out your like time frame and just do the things that you need to do, and like just figure out what you can do, and your leader will obviously help you with that. But I think I'm done on that.
I was just gonna add, like, exactly like what Jamie said. When I made excuses when I first started this business, I made a lot of excuses. You know, I was like, my kids are around me right now, I just can't pick up my phone. Or you guys, I'm going to work for 10 hours today, I just can't do it. But then like when I stopped making excuses for myself, I found myself picking up my phone and doing more work than I have ever done before. I found myself, you know, working a 10-hour shift. I had my phone in my pocket and I wasn't supposed to be on it when I was at work. And I found myself, you know, walking off the floor, you know, finding a hiding spot and sending out 10 messages because this business was so important for me. And because I wanted to come home to my kids, I made it happen, and I made sure to make it happen. So,
And the thing about that too is I don't remember if this was you or someone else, but once I gave them kind of like a schedule of like, you know, 10 messages here, 10 messages, like whatever. They said to me, you know, I'm getting way more work done because I'm more intentional with my time versus spending all goddamn day on the phone thinking I'm working and I'm not. That's the problem. You feel like you're on your phone all the time. You feel like your phone is attached to your hand and you feel like you're not getting any results, because when your phone is in your hand, you're not being intentional. You're scrolling, you're liking people's stuff, you're getting into this group chat conversation about someone talking about their baby daddy and da. You're, you know, going on Pinterest, you're online shopping. I do that all the freaking time. You know what I mean? Like you're looking up quotes, like, you know, there's constant things, you know what I mean? Just because your phone's in your hand doesn't mean you're intentionally working. So, I mean, I'm just going to talk about this real quick, if you don't mind. You need to have a 6 list. If you don't know what a 6 list is, it's basically a list of things that you have to get done every single day, no matter what. You go to a waitressing job, You have to wait on tables. You have to clean up your tables. You have to clean up the dining room after the tables leave. Those are your duties you have to do at that job. You are a receptionist. You have to make follow-up phone calls. You have to file the files. You have to, I don't even remember what I used to do. Oh, whatever. 3 other things that you have to do. Like when you go to a job, when you go to anything, you have a list of things you have to do. They don't care when you get them done. They don't care how you get them done. But as long as you get them done before your shift ends, that's the goal. Same thing with this business. I don't care when you message people, as long as you message the amount of people you're supposed to be messaging to get the results you want. Do not come in my inbox or my DMs now and say no one's enrolling or no one's signing up, and I ask you for your screenshots and you've messaged 2 people. I don't even have a Facebook and I'm messaging like 500 people on Instagram. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you have to actually do the work. You actually have to put the action it takes to get the results. And how you're going to do that is having a 6 list. So like for me, it's, and if you guys want to write this down, you can, or Janessa, if you want to type this in the chat, that'd be wonderful. Posting a life post every single day, no matter if you're sick, your kids are sick, if you got gum in your hair, if you broke your toe, like it doesn't matter, you'll post every single day. You add people to your network every single day because you don't want to run out of people to message. You message every single day, no matter what. What else do? We do stories every single day. You train yourself on YouTube every single day about something that you can learn. You get your butt on Zooms and you learn from the people that have been there and already have done that. So you need to get yourself a 6 list, and no matter if you want to get on a Zoom at 4 a.m. or train yourself at 2 a.m., as long as you get that list done and, you know, do it consistently, even on a Saturday. Who wants to get paid on Saturdays? Everyone. Who wants to get paid on Memorial Day weekend? Yes. Well, do not tell me you can't post because it's Memorial Day weekend. Well, you don't want to get paid then. You know what I mean? I think I'm done. Just saying.
All right. Any last minute questions about utilizing your time? Okay. So the next thing that we're going to go over is pushing for promotion. So the first thing that you need to do when you're pushing for promotion is, one, there's no excuse. You need to pull your chart out. I have way too many girls coming to me telling me that they want to promote, but they have no idea where they're at on their chart. They have not a single clue. They don't have their Ruby chart pulled out. They don't even have, they never even message their upline and talk to them about it. You guys, that is the first step to pushing for a promotion, is pulling out your chart and knowing where you're at. So whether you're pushing for Ruby or you're pushing for Emerald or you're pushing for double diamond or triple diamond, you need to have your chart out. You need to know who's on your chart, and you need to know where you're at with your volumes. Whether you get that from your upline, from your downlines, from your E-suite. I just did a video. That's what I did. I did a video, a YouTube training on how to look up your volumes on E-suite. So I'll upload that after this Zoom. That way you guys have it. But those are things that you need to do. The very first thing you need to do when it comes to pushing for a promotion. Go ahead.
And have your team's charts.
Yes.
Because when Caitlin was going double diamond, you should have saw my living room. Okay, like we had pizza, we had wine, we had, Dakota, just crazy shit everywhere. We had all of these charts everywhere. If you don't have your chart ahead of you, you're basically trying to promote blind. And you're not going to promote if you're blind. Same thing with your team. Your team's coming to you. Caitlin's coming to me saying, okay, Jamie, I want to go double diamond. I'm like, okay, cool, go ahead. Go. But you know what I mean? Like, you don't even know where she's at. You don't know what to tell her to do. You don't know how to help her or her team. You know what I mean? So you also have to have your team's charts in front of you. So like if Janessa's trying to promote to Ruby and she has 3 girls under her and they're all trying to promote to Ruby, I'm going to have Janessa's chart. I'm going to have my chart. I'm going to have Janessa's chart. And then I'm going to have 3 other Ruby charts with these 3 girls also, because everyone wants to promote. No one joins just to be a box. Everyone joins to promote. So whether you're in a 400 box, whether you're in a leadership box, everyone wants to promote, right? Does everyone want to promote? If you don't, I don't know why you're here, but everyone wants to promote. So you need to have your charts, and every single distributor under you, they need to have a chart also. And, whether they're in a leadership position right now, like at the end of the day, like if everyone gets to diamond and above, like you're going to be ambassador diamond in 2 seconds. You know what I mean? But you have to have your charts and your team's charts so you guys aren't going into this blind, because you can spend all 30 days of the month saying, I'm going to go Ruby, I'm going to go Ruby, but you have no idea what you're working for. You have no idea if you need 2 distributors or 200 in volume, because you don't have your chart and you don't know where everyone's at and what everyone's doing and who's working, who's not working, who's pushing with you, because you're not going to pull some dead weight along with you. You know what I mean? So you have to have that. Okay, I'm done.
I mean, it kind of like going off what you said, I had it in my notes. So if you're not close, you know, if you're looking at your chart and you are realizing, you know, that like it's going to take you a minute to push for that goal and to get to your goal, quit looking at your business as a whole and only you promoting. Start focusing on those smaller people. You know, help this person go Ruby or help this person go Emerald. And once you start helping those other people promote, then you're going to realize that you're going to get closer to hitting your promotion, because not only are you closer, but the people on your team are closer, and the people on your team are promoting. And when they promote, it helps you promote and makes your paycheck, you know, go up, because you have more people hitting ranks, more people getting to their goals. And not only are you helping yourself, but you're helping them reach the goal that they started this business for. So
who said it? I don't remember what leader said it, but it's a quote that like everyone says. It's, if you help enough people get what they want, you will get what you want. And it 110% is true. I started this business for selfish reasons, just like everyone else did. I need money. I need money. I need this. I want to stay at home with my daughter. And that's fine and dandy. But once you get to probably, I would say, diamond position or even emerald position, you start to see you have a lot of people under you as a whole, and you need to start focusing on your team. So if you have people under your team and you are not helping them, shame on you. And you need to step up as a leader. Like, whether you don't have anyone under you anyway, like that's not even the point, because everyone who is a distributor in this business, everyone on this Zoom is a leader, and you need to take that serious. Like, everyone has known this last week has sucked for me, but I have sat down and cried a couple times a day, but I still have gotten up and I've done something that I don't normally do, that is so out of my comfort zone, that maybe is not going to help my personal business, but is going to help all of my team. Because right now, all I can do is help every single person on my team get to double diamond. That's all I can do. I physically don't have a choice. So that's what I'm going to do. And that's okay. So you have to start focusing on also all these people that you have under you that have trusted in you, that you have told them when you were getting them signed up that you are going to help them. You're going to do this, that, and the other, and then you don't show up for 2 days. Not acceptable. You know what I mean? You have to. You could do more than that. You know what I mean? Like, you have to show up for your team, and you have to also help them too. And it's a hard flip to switch, especially when you get higher in the ranks, because you have a lot more people to help. But, you know, once you start becoming successful at your business, your job is to teach your team exactly what you did. Exactly what you did. You know what I mean? My cheeks are red. Getting heated.
yeah, I mean, I agree. And then, so the last thing that I have for pushing and promotion is you constantly need to be bringing in new people. So if you're keeping like somebody on your chart who you've known for 6 months isn't working, why are they still on your chart? They should be off your chart already. If a person's not working, they should be off your chart within a month. If not, in a couple weeks, you should be replacing that person. You do not want to keep carrying people who aren't working. You know, you're going to be constantly placing 200 plus volume under somebody who's not working, and then that's going to be dead volume that you're losing, because you're placing under somebody who's, one, not getting paid for those orders, and two, you know, they're not benefiting you at all. So go ahead.
If anyone does not like a red personality, you might want to hop off now.
I know, I'm turning red over here.
So who in this business did join this business to make money? Who joined this business to make money? Can we just put it in the chat? Who joined to make money? Sam did. Awesome. Sarah did. Cool. Janessa did. Okay. Pretty much all of you, correct? So you have people, listen here, Janessa, Caitlin, Kristen, Samantha, Chrissy, who else am I missing? Sherry, all of these 6 people, the 6 leaders, high leaders on our actual team, were boxes under other leaders that did not want this. They didn't want it. So did Jamie just sit there and, constantly beg them to work, constantly beg them to post, constantly beg them to do the thing that they signed up to? Absolutely not. So all of these leaders were not supposed to be leaders. Caitlin was not supposed to be a double diamond. Janessa was not supposed to be an emerald. But they did. You want to know why? Because the person above them didn't do their shit. So if any single person, I will be the first one to tell you, every single person is replaceable. Do not think that your shit does not stink and that someone is going to literally sit there and beg you to work so you can feed your kids. Okay, because Jamie did not have a Jamie didn't have a Caitlin, Jamie did not have a Janessa, Jamie didn't have a Kristen, Jamie didn't have a Sam, Jamie didn't have a Sherry, Jamie had nobody. But at the end of the day, like you guys have always heard me talk about, I've had that baby in there by myself since day one, and no one is going to tell me what I need to do every single day to put food in her mouth. You need to post every day. You need to message every day. You need to follow up every day. You're not doing it because you don't care. Some of you guys, that's going to be a hard pill to swallow, because at the end of the day, if you really gave a shit, you would be busting your ass working your business just like everyone else, and you would be putting your excuses aside. And at the end of the day, not one of these leaders, because I have trained every single one of these leaders to replace people that do not want this business as bad as you do. There is thousands and thousands and thousands of people on the freaking internet that are praying for an opportunity that all of you guys have. How dare you take advantage of that? How dare you take advantage of someone that is pouring into you and spending time away from their kids and their family to help you? Do not think that you are just some high and mighty person, because at the end of the day, Jamie can also be replaced if I don't do my shit. So you need to buck up, Buttercup. I'm surprised no one's left yet. Buck up, Buttercup.
I think everybody needs to hear this.
You need to do your shit, because I'm sorry. It's crazy because y'all, I only could beg for what you guys have. Beg for the leadership that is, reaching out to you constantly trying to help you. I did not have that. I had to figure out posting, messaging, adding. I didn't even have a team page. I didn't have a team chat. I didn't have team giveaways. I had shit. I had nothing. But I still figured it the freak out because I gave a shit. Because I cared about my kid, and I knew no one was going to care about Dakota more than me. No one cares about your life and your future more than you. You cannot expect Caitlin to sit here and beg you to post, to care about your kids, feeding your kids, paying off your debt, quitting your job more than you. Caitlin's already been there, done that. She sleeps at night. The same thing with me. You know what I mean? It's so true. Okay, you don't want to do it. Cool. I'm going to go find another Caitlin. I'm not going to beg you to drink the water that you do not want to drink. It's not happening. You know what I mean? So, whoever needs to hear this, cool beans. I just hope that, hits home for somebody. But you just have to honestly realize that this business, your failure is 110% your fault, just as much as your success is 110% your freaking fault. Caitlin had 2 choices. She could have made the choice to say, I have kids, I have a baby daddy, I have a job, I have this, I live in a freaking shoe, I broke my toe, I can't be successful. Or she could go on the other side of the fence and say, I have to do this business because I have kids. I have to do this business because I hate my freaking job. I have to do this business because I broke my toe, and now, I'm not going to get paid for calling out of work today. You know what I mean? You have to decide what side of the fence you want to be on, period. You know what I mean? So, the whole this excuse, that excuse, that's all cool and dandy. We all have the same excuses, and we all have been there. I'm not saying anyone is perfect. I'm not saying I have never made an excuse, because that's just not true. Everyone has. But you need to recognize it, and you need to flip it, and you need to change it, because at the end of the day, all you're doing is you're wasting time. when you could be where you want to be, but you're over here. Okay, I'm done.
I mean, you pretty much said it all. I just kind of want to like go back just a little bit. So like what Jamie said when it comes to pulling people's teeth, you guys, I used to be that way. I used to be that leader that would beg people to work, beg people to do this business because I know that their why was so important. But the problem was it was important to me. It wasn't important to them. They used their why and they turned it into an excuse to quit the business. They started because they wanted to start because they wanted to be home with their kids, but they quit the business because their kids were distracting them. I mean, you guys,
welcome to my world.
It goes hand in hand. You know, I'm sure a lot of us on here have kids. You know, we can ignore them for a couple minutes. They're not going to die, okay? They can stand a couple minutes by themselves. But if you are a leader who is sitting there pulling teeth, trying to get your girls to work, just drop it. You know, message them once, they don't respond. Give them a second chance. If they don't respond, then be done with them. They don't want this. They don't want it like you do. Go find somebody who wants it like you. Be the distributor that you want, you guys. If you want a lazy distributor, then be lazy. But if you want somebody who's down to work till 4 a.m., then you need to be down to work till 4 a.m. You need to be there. You need to show up. You need to be that leader. That's me.
And that's another thing too, like, is being your, like, listen, like, I mean, I say this all the time. I will never tell my team to do something that I am not doing. Y'all, all of them know I am down to stay up till 4 o'clock in the morning. I have done it with them all the time. But I will not tell them to be like, hey, get your teams on a Zoom till 4 a.m. I'll be sleeping. No, like, I can't even work my business right now, and I'm still on this freaking Zoom. Literally. Like, you know what I mean? Like, don't you dare be that hypocrite leader telling your team, bossing your team around, telling them to do this and the other, and you're sitting back doing absolutely nothing. And I did this with one of my girls the other day. She said that all of her teams quit, like, everyone's quit. And I was like, okay, what's your dream distributor? She's like, what do you mean? I was like, what are the qualities in your dream distributor do you want for your team? So she gave me a list of like 10 qualities. I was like, are you this every single day consistently? She said no. I said, so don't you dare come to me and asking me why people are quitting and why you don't have these types of people. You're not that person. You're not that person. You're, you know what I mean? Just like me. Like, I was that person that was never giving myself an excuse. That's when I found Caitlin. I was that person that was willing to do whatever it takes. That's when I found Janessa. I was willing to, you know, spend so much time on this business because it was worth it. That's when I found Samantha. Like, you have to be that person that you want to sign up, that you want on your team, because they're following your lead 110%. Okay, I'm done.
All right. Any last questions on pushing for promotions?
I feel like everyone's scared.
Yeah, I feel like nobody wants to talk. Got a blue over here turning red.
You tried it. Ain't nobody scared. You better get your life together.
I mean, we're here to tell you guys like how it is, you know. Stop wasting time on people who don't want it. Stop wasting time on those who just aren't willing to do whatever it takes like you are. And
it's kind of like, you know, when you like go to that friend and you like ask them for, you know, their honest opinion about, you know, whatever, and you know what they're gonna say is so true, but you don't want to hear it. It's kind of the same thing. Like, this is true. Like, the reason why we are doing this, and well, I'm always red, but why I say the things that I say, how I say them, is because I care, because I've been there and I've been doing this business for 4 years. And just like I've told the leaders, like, now if someone's Facebook disables, y'all, there's no excuse. Like, been there, done that. You know what I mean? Like, we have all been there, done so many different things. There's just no excuse. It's either you want it or you don't. You want to stay at your job or you don't. You want to be home with your kids or you don't. It's literally that simple. It's up to you, because at the end of the day, like I just said, me and Caitlin are sleeping at night because we did what we were supposed to do. We made the sacrifices that not everyone's willing to make, and we put all of our excuses aside, and we ignored our kids. I used to throw snacks at Dakota, like in the little boppy thing. I was like, pew, 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 like, while I was working. Like, there's no, like, and I'm a single mom, so a lot of people have like baby daddies and stuff and like husbands. Like, I only wish, you know what I mean? So like, there's a lot of things that like, and that's another thing, like, take advantage of the things that you have, because a lot of people don't even have those things. and they still made it happen. You know what I mean? Mind blown. Okay, done.
All right. So the next thing is pushing past negativity.
Yes.
So, okay, you guys, I'm going to start with this. I had 5 distributors quit this week. 5. Because somebody came to them with a rude comment saying that this business doesn't work. So they flat out quit. Exactly. They flat out quit, you guys. On the spot, they quit. Okay, I don't want to do this anymore. It's not for me. There's people being rude to me. You guys, there's always going to be somebody out there who has something negative to say about this business. There's going to be somebody out there telling you this is a scam and it's a pyramid scheme. There's going to be somebody out there making fun of you, saying, oh my gosh, she's a stay-at-home mom, but, you know, she has this business that doesn't work, but I'm over here working 40 hours a week, busting my ass at some factory. Tell me how your life is better than mine. Okay, before I go off topic. Pushing past the negative comments, you guys, they're going to come your way. I can promise you that. I've had so many people do it to me. I've had people tag me in posts on Facebook telling me that, telling people not to message me, not to accept friend requests from me because I was somebody who was scammy, I was mean, you know, this, that, and the third. You know, they posted my picture, everything. You know, Chrissy's had it happen to her. I'm sure Jamie's had it happen to her. But we're still here, you guys. Pushing past negativity is something that comes with this business. You know, you can't just take a rude comment and I'm like, oh, hey, Janessa, your business doesn't work, so you should probably quit. You think Janessa's going to quit? No, because for one, she's seeing a result from this business. They're not. And that's one thing that you need to show them. You need to show them the result of this business. The reason they say it doesn't work is because they're not seeing you do anything. They're not seeing how this business is changing your life. They're not seeing how it's providing for your kids and putting a roof over your head. All they're seeing is that you're making money from home, and that's it. I'll let you add. Yeah. Before I go on.
Okay. So, oh my God, I don't even know where to begin. So, how many people have had someone say something rude to them or mean to them or whatever? Post in the comments. Let's just see.
I'm gonna put it out there. Me.
Okay, me too. Hey. Okay. Now answer me this question. Does that person come to your house on the 1st of the month to pay your bills?
Not a chance.
Let's see. Nope. Don't pay my bills. How not? No, ma'am. So why do you care? Mind blown. And your point, like, anyone that comes to me that says someone said something mean to me, I'm like, and your point, it's just like going to high school. How many of you guys were made fun of at high school because you had that cool rolly book bag and no one liked it? Me. You know what I mean? Or, you know, you had that cool Aeropostale shirt and everyone's like, oh, that's lame. I'm like into the Hollister shit now. How many? You know what I mean? Like, did you stop going to school? No. You kept going to school. Because at the end of the day, there's always going to be some butthole that doesn't like you, that doesn't like what you're wearing, that doesn't like your hair color, that doesn't like your business, like that thinks your kid is weird. Like, and like the world does not stop turning. Like at the end of the day, no one is coming to pay my bills. And I don't like, I mean, there's new people on here, but when I started my business, my mom, my brother, and my sister all posted Facebook statuses literally bashing me about doing this business and tagged me in it, publicly humiliating and shaming me for doing this business. Again, were they putting food in Dakota's mouth? No, I told them to shut the F up. Let me do my thing. Now I make more money than all of them put together in 1 month, and they go to jobs that they hate. Who won? Like, I don't care. Like, my sister is still blocked from my Facebook. Well, was blocked from my Facebook. You know what I mean? Like, my block list used to be so dang long. Like, do not be afraid to block people, because at the end of the day, if people aren't pouring into you and giving you like positive feedback, cut that shit off, whether it be family or not. I will cut you off so fast if you are not pouring positivity into me, because I don't have time and my paycheck does not grow from it, period. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't have time for that. And you guys should know, like, your worth is so much more valuable in this business. And you also, and like, I do this all the time to potential. So when someone comes to me and they're interested in the business, this is my favorite thing to do. And they're like, oh, well, Susie's mom, cousin's uncle said this business doesn't work and she tried it and some stupid excuse. I'm like, okay, do you want to trade places with that person? Who made fun of you? Who told you something negative? Was it a mom, a brother, a cousin, someone on Facebook? Do you want to trade places with them? Do you want to live in the house they live in? Do you want the job that they have? Do you want your kids to go to school to the same places that their kids go to school? Do you want to drive the same kind of car that they're driving? Why are you listening to someone that you don't personally want to trade places with? That is the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. That's like me going to a homeless man saying, hey, homeless man, how do you buy a house? That's the stupidest thing ever. That just doesn't even make sense because he's like not even on my level. I'm trying to buy a house and he's homeless. You know what I mean? It's just so silly. You have to be like, you have to just honestly stay in your freaking lane, and everything else, like, you just have to put your blinders on and not give two shits about what anyone else is saying or anyone's opinions, because everyone's going to have opinions. I've been doing this business for 4 years. I'm a double diamond. I make over $8,000 a month. People still say what I do is a scam. I don't give two shits. You don't see my bank account. I'm good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I could care less. You don't see my team. You don't see all the things that we're doing. Like, you don't see it, and that's okay. That's okay. Not everyone is going to understand what you're doing and why you're doing it, because they do not want the same things. They do not. And like, that's one thing I'm so good at. Like, y'all know I don't do feelings. So if y'all have feelings, you're just going to have to step aside because I just don't have time. Feelings do not make you money. You know what I mean? Get out of your feelings. Stop puckering your little butthole and getting all butthurt about someone's feelings about you, and work your dang business. Because at the end of the day, you're going to be not paying attention. You're going to be working your business. You're going to become a double diamond, and they're going to be like, damn, I look stupid. Yeah, you look real stupid. You know how many times my sister has asked to join my team? And you know how many times I tell her no? Because she doesn't deserve my team. She doesn't deserve to be on my team. She's not on my level. She wants to be a waitress for the rest of her life. That's fine. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you have to stay in your lane, and you have to stay with people that are going where you're going. She's not going where we're going because she has a broke mindset. She has that mindset of, you know, never moving forward, never getting better, and she's okay with that. And some people are okay with being normal. We are not normal. We are above the norm, guys. We are doing something that not everyone is doing. But at the end of the day, if we want something different, then we have to be willing to do something that not everyone's willing to do. If you want something no one else has, you have to be willing to do something that not everyone's willing to do. Otherwise, you're going to be having the same thing as Tom, Dick, and Harry. You know what I mean? I hope that makes sense. I'm done.
So, like, going back to the negativity thing, you guys. So I'm gonna like reverse, like 6 years, okay? I was a mom. All right. I had my daughter when I was 15. Really, really young, you guys. I'm just putting that out there. You know, I'm really, really proud of her. I don't really discredit myself anymore because of the things that I have done for her. I've done so much for her. When I had her, I was 15, and I turned 16 6 months later, you guys. I'm 21, 2 kids, people are constantly looking at me as one of those moms who can't do anything for their kids, when in all reality, I'm doing more for my kids because of this business than they are working 40 hours a week. My kids are going on vacations. My kids are getting the things that they want. My kids are going out to the movies. My kids are getting things that they never used to get because of this business. You know, working as an assistant general manager at McDonald's, I was a salary manager. I make more with this business than I did as a salary manager, you guys, and that tells you a lot. Salary managers make quite a bit. So the whole negativity thing, you just need to put it away. You need to push it to the side. You need to do whatever it takes to get it out of your head. For one, if you need to come to me about it, my inbox is always open. I don't care what time of the day it is. I don't care if it's 2 o'clock in the morning or if it's 10 o'clock at night. I am there for you. If you just need like a little boost, you know, I'm a blue, so I definitely, I'm a little different than Jamie. I care.
Come to me.
I have feelings. she pushes feelings aside, but that's just because she's a red person. You know, she's straight up. She'll tell you how it is. Me, I kind of sugarcoat it a little bit, but I'm turning more red as this business goes on because, you know, like Jamie said, there's no time for feelings in this business. If you want to make money, then you need to ignore those people who are going to push you back, per se. So
Yep.
I'm getting off topic, but that's everything that I wanted to go over. Does anybody have any questions?
Everyone's like, I'm leaving. You know what I mean? And you just have to like be so sure of yourself. And I mean, people always ask me how, like I was talking to a potential the other day, she's like, how are you so confident? I was like, I mean, honestly, I've always been like this just because my dad always taught me to know exactly what you want and rely on only you to get there. Period. You like I said, you're responsible for your success. You're responsible for your failure. I could have given myself so many reasons to quit this business, and I literally talked about this in a post. I was a drug addict. Who is going to give a freaking drug addict a card number? Guess what? They do it to me all the time. Don't care. You know what I mean? I was homeless. You know what I mean? Like, I lost my family house. Like, Dakota's dad died. I moved 12 times. There are so many things in life that's going to happen to you because of this business. But at the end of the day, it is 110% up to you. I know so much about like whatever's going to happen, like it's going to happen for a reason, and you're going to find a purpose out of it every single time. And, you know, at the end of the day, like you still go to your job when all these things happen. Like if I had a job when Jeff died, I still had to go to a job. So why am I going to quit my business just because I had a death in the family? Was it hard? Absolutely. You know that I have never missed a day of posting, minus the day of his funeral. So don't you dare come to me telling me you're too busy to post, because that's just a cop-out. You know what I mean? So you have to just know in yourself that you are going to do whatever it takes at the end of the freaking day. If everyone on this Zoom stops working their business, you're going to still work your business. Because your why is so strong and your why is so important to you that you would literally die for your why. And if you don't have a kid, that's totally cool. Are you going to have kids? Like I know Chrissy, she doesn't have kids. She's young, single, living her life, but she wants kids one day. She doesn't want to be in that place where, you know, I was, where Caitlin was, where we were struggling moms. You know what I mean? Look at your future. Like, yeah, you don't have kids or whatever. Like, you don't have a husband. Like, you don't have a house. Like, do you want those things? Or maybe you just want to travel the freaking world. Cool. But, like, you're never going to get there, you know, doing the same things that everyone else around you does. You know what I mean? Like, you have to, like, you're, like, and I say this all the time, everyone that joins this business is so freaking special because, as you guys know, not everyone joins this business. Not everyone does. It takes a very special person to join this business. And it also takes the same special person to actually rise above all of the shit that's happening and go beyond and actually be successful in this business. But it is possible because we've all been there, done that. And that's why all of these Zooms, all of these calls, all these trainings, that's what they're for, to show you and kind of just slap you in the face a little bit and show you like you can still do it. Like it's okay, whatever's happening, and you're going to get through it, but you just have to keep freaking going. I think I'm done.
Exactly. You know, like I'm just gonna put a little bit of like my personal life out there because, you know, I really just don't care at this point. You know, if I was depending on somebody to take care of myself and my kids, you know, I would be in a spot where if they left, then I would be stuck. I wouldn't be able to support my kids. You guys, my fiance of 3 years, we're no longer together. If I didn't have my business, my kids would not be getting the things that they needed right now. Because for one, I was relying on somebody who isn't going to be there anymore. Who's going to provide for my kids? Who's going to provide for me? Because it sure in the hell isn't going to be him anymore, you know? And, you know, I have to be there for my kids now. And you guys, you are the only person that can hold yourself back. You are the only person that can say, okay, I can't do this today, or I can't do this, and I can't do this, when really you can, because you are the only person saying that you can't. And if you're saying that you can't, then you don't belong in this business, because this business is all about I can do this, and I can do that. You know, if once you start speaking that stuff out and into the world, you know, I never like believed in that stuff, but once I did, I started seeing a lot of results. So when I said, I can promote, or I can enroll 30 customers in 1 month, or I can do this as a mother, you know, it was happening because for one, I was speaking it out loud. speaking it to the universe. I was believing in myself, and I was receiving the things that I was speaking. So that is my ending note for the night.
And just freaking do it, because at the end of the day, everyone deserves it. You guys look at all of these leaders, all of the things that they have, all of the amazing things that they have accomplished. Like, what makes them different from you? What makes them more deserving than you? Absolutely freaking nothing. Nothing. Everyone deserves this. It's just a matter of if you're going to get it or if you're not. You know?
Okay, can we all like show our faces? I just want to take a picture.
Just kidding. Wonder if anyone saw that. Get ready.
Abby, Nicole.
You going to get booted?
They gonna show their faces. Okay, there's not gonna be a picture. Smile, one. There's Abby. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay. I'll send it to the leaders, and then they can send it out to y'all so you guys can post it. But thanks for hopping on. I'm gonna stop the recording.